Phuti, just to shift to more of the e-commerce market, we're seeing there's a bit of growth. Well, there's been quite substantial growth in the last couple of years, particularly here in South Africa, and I suppose during the COVID pandemic as well. That's what drove a lot of people to buy online. What do you make of like these developments that we're seeing, and like what would you say has spurred this on?
It really has been wonderful to see how we've seen our businesses being able to grow. In the beginning, I think certainly in the COVID period, we knew that it was a situation where people had no other choice and therefore had to buy products online. But it's been really good to see that we've been able to continue with the growth of consumers, seeing the reliance, dependence of being able to buy, products at Takealot, and really being able to see the convenience of that. And so whilst that has been something that has been good, and we've been able to employ a lot more people. One of the things that we don't mention is that, for instance, at Takealot, we employ a number of young people who just have a matric. All we ask for is that they don't have a criminal record. So when you go into, any of our DCs, our distribution centers, you'll find a lot of young people who just have a matric, and but they are able to have careers. And right now, what we are focusing on is ensuring that we can be able to grow those young people beyond where they are, for them to have access to more digital skills so that they can actually grow and become real players in this industry. But so with that has been something that has been good to see, that whilst we have been growing, we've also been investing within these organizations to make sure that they are more meaningful. And it's something different from the rest of our DCs in the rest of the world. So in other parts of the world, for instance, in Eastern Europe, whereas, and there you'll find that we have a DC that's probably 3 times the size of what we'll have in one DC of Takealot here in South Africa. But you won't find lots of people. What you'll see is machines. Machines going around and doing the rudimentary work that needs to be done. In South Africa, our approach is different because we realize that we have a lot of young, unemployed people. We have a lot of people that are employed to come in and they work all of those lines. And so whereas you'll see a lot of people in our DCs here, in the rest of the world you won't. You'll just see machines and maybe 2 or 3 people walking around. So how we have employed it, for us, it hasn't just about been success that goes into capital, which is made available to shareholders, and that is something that we focus on. But we have also invested in South Africa, ensuring that we're employing South Africans, ensuring that we are growing our businesses in South Africa. But what we have seen is that there is still room for so much more growth. If we could see more people having access to, real smartphones, as opposed to just, a mobile phone with just basic services, but having smartphones, people having access to capital to be able to, play a role, on a lot of these services that are available on smartphones. But one of the things that we've also done at Takealot is that we've also started the township economy, where we have said that we want to bring in a number of our entrepreneurs from the township. So the Makumalo or Mamoepe, who used to be on a street selling her product there on the street, we are encouraging them to come onto our platform so that they can sell those products on a national basis. And so you're having these micropreneurs being able to come on and becoming more significant players and seeing the scale of their businesses grow. And when you have that situation where entrepreneurs are able to come onto a platform, the extent to which they're able to see their businesses grow is unbelievable. They go from selling, 10 whatever products to suddenly selling thousands of products. And then you have to look at, ensuring that you're able to help them in terms of, credit. And that's something that, our business in Brazil, iFood, in LATAM, iFood has done very well in providing access to credit for entrepreneurs, etc., on their platform. And this is what is important. But so overall, it has been about just that consistent growth, but also keeping in mind the developmental aspects of our nation, and putting that as being front of mind as well for our business.